Okay, obligatory shot of me, early morning drive to the start of the Katy Trail, and me telling you about how I'm going to ride the Katy Trail this weekend. 3 days of riding on the Katy Trail from Clinton to Mawkins. 246 miles, I believe. This is the required shot of me driving to the Katy Trail, driving to the trailhead here in Clinton, Missouri. Very fortunate to live in Clinton, Missouri, so I don't have to drive too far to the start of the one end of the Katy Trail. Okay, I think the obligatory shot has come to an end. I'll see you in Mawkins. What's up, Spankers? I'm here at the beginning of the Katy Trail, getting ready to ride across. I'm going to ride all the way across the Katy Trail this weekend. 246 miles, I believe. And this is the true beginning of the Katy Trail. If you've ridden the Katy Trail before and did not start here, you'll have to put it back on your bucket list. You did not ride the entire Katy Trail. Katy Trail begins here at Sedalia Avenue, Clinton, Missouri. So yeah, beginning the journey today, Friday, June 27th, I believe. Okay, see you on the other side. Okay, my first stop along the Katy Trail. First depot. Let's see how far. Clinton! Alright, heading out of Clinton, Missouri. Oh, I don't know what time it is. 6:30, 27th, Friday. Starting this trip across the Katy Trail. Somewhat prepared. I'm sure there's much more I could have done. Certainly could have trained harder. Say I didn't do any training rides, but the longest was probably 44 miles. So I've got to do 83 today, something like that. Look at all these suckers going to work Friday. I'm out here on the Katy Trail. Alright, I'll check in later. It's at about 4.25 miles from the depot. Take a load off. Not us. We're gonna keep on trucking. Kamikaze pilots. Oh, turtle alert. Oh, it's not a turtle, it's a leaf. Those bugs are like kamikaze pilots. Dive right into your eyeball. What a way to die. Getting stuck in some creature's giant eyeball. Sunglasses help deflect. Okay. This is what I call my least favorite section of the Katy Trail. It's parked somewhere between Lewis and Calhoun. Sand Creek. Keep on trucking. .256. Bridge. Keep on trucking. Along the Katy Trail, you come to benches positioned here and there, and you're free to sit down, take a break. It's a good idea sometimes, especially when they're positioned in such idyllic overlooks, like the Calhoun water treatment cesspools. What is it about a body of water that draws us humans? Love it. Tebow Creek. Cows. East Fork. Tebow Creek. Keep on trucking. Comment below if you live in Windsor, Missouri. Comment below if you've ever been to Windsor, Missouri. Comment below if you've ever heard of Windsor, Missouri. Check it out up here. Check it out. I'm going across the road here. See? It's quaint. Idyllic. Bucolic. That's another good word. Bucolic. Bucolic town of Windsor, Missouri. I'll show you the junction to the Rock Island Trail. It's right up here to the right. Right there's the Rock Island spur. Goes up to Pleasanton. There you go. Keep on trucking. Katy Trail's funny. To my eyes, it looks like I'm going uphill, but I swear I'm going downhill. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Coming up on the highest point of the Katy Trail, just a little over 5 miles past Windsor, east of Windsor, northeast, 955 feet. Don't look down. I wanted to give you a chance to see what surrounded the high point of the Katy Trail looked like. High point of the Katy Trail is so flat. You'd think it'd be a big giant peak or something. We're at 955 feet above sea level. Here's the World War I flying ace making his way across the French countryside. Keep on trucking. In my America, every kid who wants to play on that playground could play on it. And it would never get vandalized or destroyed. And the parents would all get along. Keep on trucking. Keep on trucking. Keep on trucking. Highway 65, Missouri. Honk if you love me! Honk if you love me! Okay, I'm going to jump on here with some narration. I had 2 cameras with me, and they both failed me. Actually, the GoPro batteries, I had 2 of them, and somehow I burned through both of them from Clinton to Sedalia. Not sure what happened. I think something's wrong with at least one of them. But then I broke out this other camera that I have, a knockoff GoPro, and it, unbeknownst to me, was not recording sound. So here I am narrating this thing. So started out from Clinton that morning, like you said. Got to Sedalia, I can't remember what time now. Ate a little lunch, called my wife, asked her to bring me the GoPro charger cable because I realized I forgot that too. And then tried to get back on the trail. Now, if you're not familiar, when you go through Sedalia, you have to get off the trail proper and make your way through the side streets. And it seems like 2 out of 3 times I get lost trying to go through. But you can follow the path here. Look for those signs on the pavement there. So here is, you can appreciate riding on the blacktop after you've been on the gravel all day. Just a few rolling hills, nothing bad, but you can really get some speed going. Here is where you get back on the trail. I'm going to show you a picture of that. You can see that sign there on the ground. That's what you're looking for on the pavement there. but somehow I miss those anytime I'm going through Sedalia. Get back on the trail proper, back on the chote, the crushed gravel, and we're off, making our way to Pilot Grove. Got to get those people out of the way. Okay, so I came up on this guy, and I asked him if he was running for a cause, and he can't hear me because he's got his headphones going. But yeah, he's running across the United States in honor and support of veterans. And I assumed he was running across the Katy Trail, and I was asking him about that, and he said, "No, I'm running across the United States." I'm like, "What?" But we chatted for a bit there. He likes to take a picture of everybody that he meets. There's the pic he took, and you can find him on Facebook. Run Russell Run is his Facebook page. I don't know that he has a YouTube page, but Run Russell Run on Facebook. Look him up. I had seen that he had taken a picture of another guy that I had seen on the trail that day. Here's a section coming out of, past Sedalia, going into Pilot Grove. I like that section going through the rock formations there. Church there in Clifton City. I think it's like Katy Trail Church or something like that. You can let me know below. So you can look at this elevation chart, and it becomes pretty clear why you want to ride from Clinton to Mawkins that direction. It's like you lose elevation pretty much the whole way. But coming out of Clifton City into Pilot Grove is like, it feels like it's straight uphill. I know it's like 110 feet of climb, which doesn't seem like much and isn't much, but I don't know. I guess after you've been riding all day and you've got those miles behind you, this elevation climb is like, oh my goodness, I'm never going to get there. I'm dying. Plus, I was getting short on water. I had consumed a little more than I expected, so I was having to conserve and ration myself. Light at the end of the tunnel there. Yeah, so I stopped in this tunnel and was doing my best to make some echoes. And unfortunately, you will never get to hear those echoes because my cheap knockoff camera did not record them. Light at the end of the tunnel. Another one of those corrugated metal tunnels. Not sure what those are. Pilot Grove. I took a right here at Pilot Grove. There's a Casey's around the corner there. Loaded up on some energy drinks. Gatorade. I always like riding over I-70. This bridge here. I also like right when I'm on I-70, looking up at this bridge and noting to anybody who will listen that, hey, I've been up there. Honk if you love me. Honk if you love me. All right, another tunnel. Coming into Boonville. I gotta say, Boonville's got the best depot, probably the nicest depot of all of them. And I'm going to show you this caboose museum. All right. Boonville has a little museum set up with their caboose. Ooh, look at that. That's sweet. Oh, that's a sweet. Climb up in here. Boonville's not safety Nazis. They don't have any safety Nazis here. Oh, that's sweet. Riding a caboose. Whoa. It looks dangerous. Oh man, I'm so surprised I let you climb right up there. Didn't see a sign that said don't. Visitor book. I got some water. Oh Oh, this is sweet. I'd say Boonville's got the nicest depot so far. Yeah, I really like that Caboose Museum. Coming through Boonville here, here's the little section, little walking path section that you go through Boonville on. And I'm sure all that depot's paid for by that sweet casino cash. Can't pass that up. This may be the steepest incline that you'll find on the Katy Trail. Not sure. I can't think of a steeper incline. Now you coming across the mighty Missouri River here. And it's always kind of fun to cross over here, look down at the water, try to imagine taking a plunge off that bridge when it's hot, obviously. Birds flying down below, you're looking down on them from your lofty vantage point. And then you ride on, and then you come into New Franklin. And New Franklin, prior to this ride, prior to this day, New Franklin was as east as I had been. This depot here was east as I had been on the Katy Trail. So from that point on, I'm on uncharted territory. Here's my new Katy Trail friend. My little friend on the Katy Trail. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Ah, you poor thing. I think you got fleas and stuff. Fleas and ticks. At least ticks. Let's see. Hold on, I don't know. The only thing might possibly... Well, the only thing I have is that. Does that look like something you would eat? No, sorry. Yeah, it says it's vegan. I know. I'm sorry, that's all I got. I don't got any meat. I'd give you some meat if I had it. Okay, it really was kind of embarrassing how I talked to that cat, so let's try to forget that. Past New Franklin here, this bridge was washed out. A couple riders coming the other way told me just go around and you can kind of go across this little creek and ride down this little dirt hill, kind of get some off-roading going. And I may have to take back what I said earlier. That may be the steepest section of the Katy Trail. I'm just glad I was going down, not up. But anyways, find your way around, kind of a homemade detour here. There were no signs on the trail indicating a detour. Just put a fence across, says it's closed. So I don't know what they expect you to do. Just turn around, go back. Here is the tunnel as you're heading east into Rocheport. I'm sure I made some epic echo sounds in here, but sorry, you won't get to hear those. Really classic old-fashioned train tunnel. Pretty cool. Cement bottom bridge. There's a variety of bridges on the Katy Trail. Some of them have cement and steel rails. Coming into Rocheport, popular place to stay, plenty of B&Bs. I did not stay there. The B&Bs were too rich for my blood, but my wife did pick me up here, and we drove on into Columbia, just a few miles down the road, and she dropped me off. That's where we stayed. You can see those sandbags on the left there. On this video, I'm going so fast they kind of look like piles of trash, but I assure you they're sandbags. Very close to the river, I'm sure in defense of flooding. Yeah, so like I said, we drove on into Columbia, just a few miles down the road. Stayed at the La Quinta. Don't be jelly. And the fire alarm went off about 2:30 in the morning. Everybody had to exit. About 5 minutes later, oh, never mind, go back in. So, yeah, that was not pleasant. But here we are. Made it to Rocheport. I think I said 86 something miles that day. So thank you for watching part 1 here. I did 2 more days and I'll show you those shortly. Problem is, I'm going to have to go back and watch all this footage